Hey Kat.
Hey.
Could you talk to me a little bit about what you do, a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Kat. I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger based in Dubai. I'm also a fairly new mum. I have a baby girl named Poppy. She was born 6 months ago, and a very happy wife.
So being a new mother, obviously skincare is super important. Now I'm a massive fan of morning and night routines. Could you talk to me a little bit about your morning and night routine?
Now more than ever, I feel like it's important for me to look after my skin. Less sleep and all means that my skin gets really tired and really dull really quickly, so I try really hard to have a proper skincare routine. So cleanse, tone, moisturize every single day without fail. I can't skip it, so I'm really big on that. So if I've got some extra time, I actually start with a makeup remover, which is the Ren Rosa Centifolia Express Makeup Remover, and I move straight on to the John Masters Organic Jojoba Ginseng and Exfoliating Face Cleanser. Really love the beads in that. It really lifts the dirt and oil from the day, which I love.
I always love a good scrub as well.
Absolutely, it really feels like you're really clean afterwards.
Yeah,
so it's nice. Most of the time I use the John Masters Organics Rose and Aloe Hydrating and Tone Mist to rebalance my skin after cleansing, but if I have extra time, I'm a big fan of the John Masters Organics Calendula Hydrating and Toning Mask.
Oh, okay.
So this one you have to leave on for 20 minutes and it really feels like you're getting a big drink of water in your skin afterwards. You feel really plump and really hydrated. So I'm a big fan of this one, and weekly use has made a really big difference for my skin.
I was going to ask that actually.
Yeah, at least weekly if you can, absolutely. So following the toner, I then head to a serum. I think serums are a really great way to add an extra dose of vitamins to my skin. And at the moment, my favourite is the John Masters Organics Green Tea and Rose Hydrating Face Serum.
Now is that an oil? Or is that...
It's more sort of a lotion, a little pump lotion. So yeah, so you only need about that much for your entire face.
Oh, so you need really
just very little, so it actually lasts a really long time, the bottle, which is great. And that goes on before I moisturise.
Okay, nice.
So final moisturising step, and then of course firming eye gel. So a must, every day. As a new mum, sleep is not my friend currently. So I really try to make sure I put something on around the eyes. Final step of that routine is firming eye gel. Absolute must for a tired mama. So that one just under the eyes and around the eyelids, it's beautiful. During the daytime, it's more or less the same routine, but I forego the mask, obviously. I don't usually do that in the mornings, and I generally don't use the serum so much of a morning as well. So usually I'll go for maybe an oil as a bit of an in-between.
Okay, so out of these items that we've just talked about, which would you say are your 3 holy grail items if you had to choose?
I would have to definitely say the toning mask, the Calendula Hydrating and Toning Mask from John Masters Organics. That's a really big favourite of mine. I also really love the firming eye gel. I mean, they're sort of, for me currently, 2 things that I can't live without. And then my third one, I'm really big on the evening primrose oil that is actually made by Kure Organic Vegetable Oil, which is an evening primrose this time. And so this I dilute with maybe a carrier oil, and I apply that under the makeup, so it gives you a little bit more of a glow.
And so would you mix that in
Yeah, you can mix it in your palm and then just warm it up and apply it to the skin, or you could also mix it on a cotton pad as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then would you just pat it on? How would you apply it?
Yeah,
Never
pat
really
it on.
applied oil.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful with essential oils. As long as you're using them well and you make sure that you've diluted them and used them properly, then you can pat it onto your skin and use it as directly onto the skin. Yeah.
Being a beauty blogger, I'm sure you've got a million beauty hacks and tricks up your sleeve. Could you share some of those with me?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think anyone is exempt from the occasional breakout. So when that happens to me, again, I'm a big fan of the essential oils. So I use a tea tree oil for breakouts. So I apply it directly to the spot, and that I actually use undiluted, so directly to the spot before I go to sleep. And then in the morning, it's surprising how less reduced basically the spot is. It really reduces the inflammation and the redness. It's a godsend.
Skincare is obviously really important, but what about your makeup? How does your makeup routine look?
I try not to wear too much makeup. During the day, I like to try and keep it fairly light. So I use a BB cream / foundation that I actually have found from Lancome. It's called a Miracle Cushion. So you can build it up at buildable coverage, or you can make it really light so that it's great for all matters of daytime, nighttime, everything. And I always wear bronzer. I like to have that sun-kissed bronze skin. It's the Australian in me. And a setting powder just to reduce shininess for the face. Cannot leave the house without mascara. It's an absolute must.
Love
It's
mascara.
got, need it without any doubt. And I think also it helps hide the bags under my eyes. And blush is a big thing as well. I just like to be able to have rosy cheeks, and I think it really brightens up the face.
And then say on the plane, do you take anything on the plane with you, moisturisers, or do you kind of just go completely makeup free?
I don't go makeup free, unfortunately. I'm a little bit too vain for that. But I do try and go light on the makeup.
Yeah.
And I would always carry an eye gel with me to put on before I hopefully fall asleep, if that's possible. And I definitely will moisturise always on board as well. So using whatever cream I have at the time.
Okay, great. That was really insightful. So thanks for sharing all that.
My pleasure, no problem, thanks.